In our family, there was no clear line between religion and fly fishing. But when I am alone in the half-light of the canyon, all existence seems to fade to a being with my soul and memories.
Babe!
Yeah.
Babe!
What?
Gonna go find myself!
Okay.
Going to Montana!
What?
Dang it! Hey there, garden friends. Welcome back. My name's Phil, but you can call me D. So, today I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of the ups and downs of gardening. Not even particularly in the desert, but just gardening in general, and how things rarely go the way that we want them to go. So, first thing I wanted to talk about was weather. The weather doesn't always cooperate. I know that most of the country has been buried in snow recently, but our weather's been really mild this winter. And as a result, you can see all this. All of my broccoli has bolted. And this is not the greatest thing in the world. I planted about a 20-foot row of broccoli and it is all just flowers now. I mean, I know it was supposed to be flowers, but they're sprouted flowers now. And it's not the greatest, and I'm not the happiest about that, but on the plus side, it has brought in a ton of pollinators. On the flip side to that, it's been, it being too warm and not being, you need the chill hours for a lot of those winter vegetables, winter crops. And we haven't had any. I think we've only had maybe 2 days where it got close to freezing. But lo and behold, on those 2 days where it got close to freezing, it hit my peppers. So you can see all of these peppers got touched by the frost. This one didn't, luckily, because it's low down. But even the tomatoes over here got hit by the frost. And I'm trying to nurse some of them along. There's some decent tomatoes that are still in there. They're all starting to ripen. But I can't really complain too much because I completely forgot to cover these on those 2 days that we got the frost. And I think it only got to 32, maybe 31, so it barely froze. And I can't really complain considering it's February, and I planted these, both this pepper and this tomato, last April, maybe? So they've been going for quite some time, and I've had a decent amount of produce off of them. It's hard when things don't go as expected, You expect the weather kind of to turn cold, and you get into the mindset of needing to cover your crops or cover your plants to protect them. But when it's so sporadic, then you just kind of put it out of your mind. I mean, I kind of got in this spring mindset already, considering it hadn't been cold, and well, look where it got me. Another random thing that's happened is I'm kind of losing a battle to weeds in here. So I've got some cilantro over here, and it's doing pretty well. But I had been trying for a long time to grow peanuts.
Anybody want a peanut?
The way you grow peanuts is you get raw peanuts and you plant them, much like you would other. And they put these spikes down into the soil, and the peanuts are supposed to grow at the end of these spikes right here. Now, again, I planted these, over 6 months ago. And they grew, they didn't grow particularly well, and then the weeds took over, and I was too scared to pull a lot of these weeds because I thought I was going to rip these spikes out, but the spikes never really took, and we never really got anything going here. I've also been on a mad dash to get this citrus harvested. I noticed the other day that I was starting to get some of these citrus rotting already because it's been so warm. I mean, today is only the 11th of February, but as you can see under there, I just have a ridiculous amount of lemons still on this tree. And I've been actually trading with some of my neighbors because I have a ton of lemons and they have other things like grapefruit and orange. So if you get a bumper crop of something, trade with your neighbors, trade with your friends, take them to work and give them out. I mean, it's great to share produce with people. And of course, we have to appreciate some of these beautiful flowers that we've been getting. This is a nasturtium, and this is one of these cool edible plants. You can eat the flowers, you can eat the leaves. They have like a peppery flavor to them. And I put these seeds in here. I don't know, some of you, if you watched all my videos, probably recognize the green stalks here and there. There's a couple strawberries left in that one, but almost nothing in this one. I haven't been particularly good about watering them. They're not on my irrigation system, but a few of these, I love the coloration on that. A few of these have done really, really well. And these peppers, I mean, this has been the year of peppers. And this side, I started planting some snap peas. But as you can see, we're starting to get some insect activity on there. So, something to pay attention to as I move forward. So things like that, they can really put a damper on your gardening experience, especially when you expect something to happen and it doesn't happen the way you want it to. But it's important to acknowledge some of these other things. I have a jalapeno right here. I did not plant this jalapeno. I do not know where it comes from. But I've been cutting peppers off of this guy and giving them out to friends and using them, and they're decently spicy. They're not too terrible. And I love it. I've also had this little survivor over here that got beat up by the cold too, but we're still getting little chiltepines off of it. And arguably, the one that I'm most proud of is, it's going to be kind of hard to see. I had this little volunteer cherry tomato plant. I've got a couple little cherry tomatoes on there. I have literally done nothing to this cherry tomato. I've not watered it. I've not paid attention to it. The only thing I've done for it is not pull it out. And lo and behold, you got a couple cherry tomatoes. I mean, it's only 3 or 4, but that's 3 or 4 that you wouldn't have had if you did pull the plant out. And for absolutely no work, can't really complain about that too much. I have another kind of weird thing going on over here. Got this. This is lemon balm, and it's in the mint family, and as such, it goes wherever it pleases. And so it's growing right in the middle of my big oregano plant right here, so that's going to be a lot of fun to get out of there and keep out. But we're starting to get some flowers over here on the rosemary, but this rosemary, I need to cut it back. That thing's getting huge. And again, in that one frost, I don't even want to call it a big frost, it completely annihilated my basil plant. I had a normal Genovese basil here. See, my Thai basil's barely holding on. It's not even enough to get out of there. But that's why spring's for renewal and time to start making new plans for the new season, setting some expectations, and recognizing what you do well and what you don't do so well. I'll see, here's another nasturtium. This one looks quite a bit nicer. It's big and full. And also, I love this one on this other side right here. So this one is calendula, and it doesn't look great right now. You can see there's a lot of deadheading that can go on right here, but it's got these really interesting seeds that almost look like insects. But this thing reseeds itself every year. I'll save a bunch of seeds for people because it does really well with minimal use. But it's completely burying my lime, which is probably a good thing and a bad thing at the same time because it protected it from the frost. You can see I'm starting to get a bud right there. I can't wait to get some more limes. My emu bush over here is just beautiful. Look at that color. And these things have kind of a funky smell to them, but I actually really like it. It's a weird earthy smell. I think a lot of people get discouraged by gardening and they try and things don't go the way that they want it to go. And I want you all to know that that's okay. Even somebody as experienced as me, I've been gardening in the desert for 30 years. I've had professional training, I've studied plant science, and I make mistakes too. That's kind of part of the process, is learning your garden, learning your land, because it's a living, breathing thing, and it's always going to act differently depending on the weather, depending on the insect activity, depending on what plants you plant next to each other. It's always going to have a different result. So don't give up. Keep trying, try things new, try things out of season, in season. Get some seeds from friends, get them from local sources where they're adapted to our environment. And I hope I inspired you a little bit today. Be a little hopeful to the garden. You can do it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. Don't let yourself tell you you can't. Just try something new, try something different, try something that you've done before that may work this year that hasn't worked in other years. Every year is different, every cycle is different. So yeah, if you enjoyed this content, I would really appreciate a like. Follow me if you want some more garden tours or garden information for growing in the Sonoran Desert. I'll see you next time. Go plant something.